G'day boys and girls, today we're going to learn about little chickens. These chicks are 2 weeks old, but we're going to go back 2 weeks when these little chicks were inside an egg. And we're going to watch what happens when the egg begins to hatch. But before we see the chicks, we're going to sing a song, visit the wee chicks, and finish with a song. All excited to see the chicks hatching.
Octopus and cockatoos. God made you and me just the way we ought to be. Every creature, big and small, is beautiful. He loves us all. God made the lorikeets and the bunny rabbits too, yes it's true. Oh, God made the basset hound, and he made gorillas too. God made you and me just the way we ought to be. Every creature, big and small, is beautiful. He loves us all. Butterflies and polar bears, giraffes and buffaloes. He sure used imagination when he thought of those. God made you and me just the way we ought to be. Every creature, big and small, is beautiful. He loves us all. God made you and me just the way we ought to be. Every creature, big and small, is beautiful. He loves us all.
Today boys and girls, I'm going to see something very, very exciting. Little baby chicks just born. This is a daddy hen called the rooster or the cockerel, and beside it of course is a mummy hen. Normally, traditionally, whenever the rooster is with the mummy hen, the hen would lay eggs, and when it's time for to have wee baby chicks, she would sit or she would clock on the eggs. But nowadays you can get a thing called an incubator, and whenever that you can take the eggs and put them in an incubator. Do you want to see what happens after 21 days? We're going to have a wee look. Come on. So now we're inside a friend's house now, and this little friend's called Joel, and Joel loves hens, but he loves to sell his hens, and he thought, I can't let the mummy hen sit in the eggs, so I know I'm going to get some, put them in an incubator, and mummy can keep laying eggs, and I can keep getting £1. I'm his favourite customer, believe it or not. 6 eggs for £1, yes! And he never forgets to take the £1. If I forget to say, Joel, thanks for the eggs, he would say, £1. Anyway, we've got an incubator now, and here's the incubator. This is an incredible little machine. It's very simple. You just put water in it, put the eggs in it. 21 days, when the hens are together with the rooster and the mummy hen, they're fertile. You bring them in, put them in an incubator. You have to make sure there's enough water in it every day to moisturize it, so there's enough humidity. 21 days later, do you know what happens? Look, 21 days is today. Already 4 little chicks have been born, and that's one. Incredible. Inside all of these eggs, you've got little baby chicks. Whenever they come out, they stay here for about 1 or 2 days, and then you can take them out into their own wee box. It's beeping because the temperature is dropping down. It needs to be at 37.5. The temperature, just like a human being, the temperature is right for the little baby chick to grow inside the egg. Incredible. So let's go to our next box, and here is the new life Look at the wee chicks. These are literally just born in the middle of the night. They're not even, some of them are 24 hours and maybe a bit longer. A beautiful little chick. Look at the little beak, little eyes, the little feet, and the little chirping sounds. Wonderful. And this amazes me, and I can't help think about how good is our God. Whenever we think of nature and creation, and how a mummy hen and daddy hen or rooster, and they're able to bring these little babies into the world. They've got some water, they've got some food, and look, Joel's not going to mind if I lift one of the wee babies up. Oh, they're lovely and warm. Look at the wee wings, lovely and fluffy. Then as they get older, but the middle of August, so it's about 4 months roughly, and these wee chicks will be mummy hens and be able to lay their own eggs. Beautiful, so soft, so tender, so perfectly made. And I asked you a question, could you make a wee chick? If I give you an egg, could you make a chick? It's impossible. It's the way God designed the mummy hen, the daddy hen, to bring a wee baby chick. You notice it's not a puppy, it's not a kitten, it's not a magpie, it's a baby hen. You get a mummy hen, daddy hen, and then you've got wee baby hens come together. Beautiful. They've got a nice heat lamp to keep them warm. And this helps me think about God's creation. Different colours. These white ones, the mummy laid white eggs, and the brown ones, the mummy laid brown eggs. You're going to get brown hens, and you're going to get white hens. So just from an egg, and I thought an egg's a wonderful thing. Joel, would you give me an egg? Can I borrow an egg? Joel's going to give me an egg. Joel lives with Ines and Anya, 2 sisters, and just from an egg, I love eggs. I eat eggs nearly every day. That's very incredible. I've showed you this before, but if I was to do this, I would pop the egg. But if I was to do this, and I'm quite strong, I'm pressing with all my strength. Even if I was to do this here, there's no little chicks in this, just a normal egg. I cannot crush it. It's just an egg. In many ways, it's so weak, yet it's so strong. An average man, even a strong man, can't crush that, the way it's made, the shape of it. And I thought, God has designed the egg. God has designed the hen, the mummy hen. What came first? The hen, of course. Then a little hen, not very big, not very strong, was able to lay an egg. Just like that, for your goodness, full of protein. Yet from the egg, when the rooster and the hen comes together, you can get little baby chicks just like this here. Wonderful. Creation is a wonderful thing, and that's the way God designed it. 2 monkeys, male and female, have baby monkey. An elephant, male and female, have baby elephants. And chickens, you got a rooster and a hen, they come together and they've got baby chicks. The way God designed it is absolutely perfectly. And all those years ago, when the first chicken hen came into the world, do you know what they looked like? Exactly like that. They haven't changed a bit. So whenever we sing, our God is a great big God, He is a great big God. And whenever I think about the wee chicks, it just makes me think how wonderful, amazing is our God to create such a beautiful little creature as a little chick. So if you don't believe in God, you go and visit a farm, look at the baby animals, and you ask yourself, how did those wee animals get here? Did they just arrive? Or did our great God in heaven able to create them, mother and father, all those years ago? And they've had baby after baby, and this is the freshest, right up to date, perfectly created by a great designer God. Amazing. The wee chirp, and how so quickly, as soon as they're born, they can walk, they can see, they can eat, they can play, they can sleep, all these things. Just amazing. So that's all the way from Joel's farm, Joel's chicken hen house, and that's one of Joel's eggs. Have a good day.